Hello. So if you're watching this, you probably need help with the worksheet. So I hope this is helpful for you. Just know that when I go over this, I'm going to be going the shortcut way. And what that's going to involve, well, I'll explain to you what it involves as I do these. Um, so let's get started, okay? So the first shape right here, you're going to want to take the top plus the bottom, 4 plus 8, that's the top, that's the bottom. Take those two together, multiply that times the height, which is 3. And the shortcut way, so normally you can multiply those two together and then take that answer and divide by 2 and you get the answer. But my shortcut way that I prefer is, because I know some of you struggle with long division, is cut this in half and then bring down the times 3, and that's going to give you the answer. 6 times 3 is going to give you the answer. That's all you got to do. Okay? So when you do this one on the right, top plus bottom is going to be 6 plus 3 times the height. Now, cut that number in half and multiply, and you're going to be done. That's going to give you the answer. It's really that simple. So this one, do it the exact same way. You're on your own for that. Okay? Now and then this one, you're on your own. Do this one the same way. Top plus bottom. Add those together, and then multiply times the height. And then you can cut the 6 in half and do 24 times 3. That works. But you can also, if you prefer, you could even cut the 24 in half and make it 12. And that's also going to give you the answer. So that's what you're doing for the trapezoids, okay? So that's the help that you're going to get with the trapezoids. Now let's go to the kites. And let's look at some of the kites, okay? Now for the kites, it's going to be the width times the height. And then you're going to divide by 2. Okay, so let's look at it this way. So it's 8 and 10. So I'm going to combine those. So my width is 18. My height is 2 plus 2, which is 4. But I'm actually going to take this, and you can divide this by 2 or divide this by 2. So let's do 18 divided by 2. And that gives us 9. 18 cut in half is 9. Okay? So this is what we had. And if you wanted to, I'll be right back. You could have also cut 4 in half and get 2. So 18 times 2 is going to equal the same thing as 9 times 4. That's, to me, the quickest way to do it and the best way to do it. So keep that in mind, okay? So let me leave that on the board. Let me leave this on the board. Let's go to this one over here, okay? So what just happened? I lost it. That's weird. So for this one, it's going to be width times height, and then you're going to divide by 2. So it's 7 plus 7 is 14. The height is going to be 4 and 9. And look, it even tells you right here, the whole height is 13. Now this dividing by 2, I'm actually going to divide 14 by 2 and get 7. And this is your multiplication expression. You do 13 times 7 and you're going to get your answer. Okay? So keep that in mind. For this one, it's a parallelogram. And so all you need to do is take the base times the height. That's it. There is no division. Because remember, it's just like a rectangle. Base times height is going to give you the answer. However, so it's base times height. But for this one, it's base times height, and then you're going to divide by 2. So the base is 8 the height is going to be 3. And this dividing by 2, let's go ahead and do that to the 8 first. Boom. You do 4 times 3, you're going to get your answer. Okay? Hope that helps. Hope that helps. Let's look at the back. And the whole reason I'm making this video is not for the front. It's because I know some of you are going to struggle with the back. Now here's the good news about the decimal one right here. When you take the top plus the bottom, you're going to get this, which is the same thing as this. So you're going to take 2 times the height. Okay, and what I would do is I would cut this in half and do 1 times 1.2 and you're done. For the height to the right, that's 6 and that's 6. So combined, that distance is 12, and the height combined, it's going to be 17. So you've got 17, let me make it bigger, 17 times 12, and then you're going to divide by 2. But if you want, go ahead and divide this by 2 first. Cut it in half. Do 17 times 6, and you're going to get your answer. I hope that helps. You still have to do the math on your own. Right here, there's enough kite help that I'm not going to help you with the kite here. But this one, I'm looking at this one right now. The area of the trapezoid is 33 square miles. What's the trapezoid's height? So now let's go back to the formula that we've done before. This is going to be a little bit weird. I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna have to write it down here where there's room. Okay. So we're gonna do top plus bottom times the height, and then we're gonna divide by 2, and that's gonna equal the area. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna throw some. Oh, forgive me. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take the top, which is 8, plus the bottom, which is 3, and I'm going to add 8 plus 3, and I'm going to put an 11 right here. That's the top plus bottom. Next, I'm going to get rid of this by doing the opposite of dividing by 2, and that allows me to get rid of that. And I'm going to do it to this side as well. Okay? And so now my new equation is 11 times something is going to equal 66. So that's what you have to solve. Okay? So it's that, which is the exact same thing as this. And this is a one-step equation that you guys should be able to solve. 11 times what? A lot of you can do this in your head. 11 times what is 66? That's going to give you the answer. So take your time, pause this, figure it out, and then move on to the next one, okay? And then right here, the area of the triangle is 8 square miles. What's the triangle's height? Now, it's going to be the similar principle. We're going to take the base times height. We're going to divide by 2, and then that's going to equal the area. Well, here's the thing. They give us the area. The area is 8. And they also give us the base length of 4. So this is what we're going to solve. And what we're going to do first is we're going to get rid of this dividing by 2 by going times 2 to both sides. Cross those out. 4 times h. And really, when you do 4 times h, that h is going to be right there. You're not even going to see the times. It's going to equal 16. So 4 times what is 16? You get the h by itself, divide both sides by 4, and you're going to get your answer. And then you can check that if you want. And then this class is a parallelogram. Remember, base times height. That's all you have to do. All right. Hope that was helpful. And remember, turn this in when you're finished. Anything, if you make multiple mistakes, I'm going to tell you to come and fix them so that you can have practice at figuring out what you're doing wrong.